I'm Rebecca, and in today's video we're going to be talking about TOEFL once again, the TOEFL IBT, and we're talking about the writing section of that exam. Specifically, we'll be talking about TOEFL essay topics. There are 5 different kinds. We'll be discussing those, and after that we'll look at 2 different essay patterns that you have to follow depending on the type of topic that you are given. As you know, in the TOEFL writing, in the independent writing, you have only one topic which is assigned to you. You have to be able to identify what type of topic that is, what exactly you're being asked to do, and then write a 5-paragraph essay that responds to that question. So let's start by examining the 5 different types of essay topics, okay? The first one, as you can see, is agree or disagree. Let me give you an example of an agree or disagree type of question. They might give you a quotation such as, "Parents are the best teachers. Do you agree or disagree? Give reasons and examples to substantiate your answer," to explain your answer, right? So there's a quotation or a sentence and you're asked whether you agree or disagree, all right? Well, we're having some motorcycles here today, so you might hear some motorcycles in the background. We are filming this in Toronto, Canada. It's a beautiful summer's day, and so everybody's out on the street. You might hear some of them in the background, okay? All right. Another example of agree or disagree is this one. Only people who earn a lot of money are successful. Again, this sentence would be given to you, and then you would be asked, do you agree or disagree? Give reasons and details to explain your answer. That's the first type. That's one type. Sorry, not the first, but that's one type of essay question. The second type of essay topic is a preference. So I'll give you an example of that. Some people prefer to study alone. Others prefer to study with a group. Which do you prefer? Give reasons and details to explain your answer. Okay? So in this case, you have 2 different situations. Some people prefer to study alone. Some people prefer to study in a group. And which do you prefer? You have to choose one and write about that one. Another example of that, some people prefer to spend their free time indoors. Other people enjoy spending their leisure time outdoors. What do you prefer? So again, this is an example of a preference type of question. The third type of essay question that you could get on the TOEFL IBT independent writing is an if question or an imaginary question. An example of this is, if you could visit any country in the world, which country would you like to visit? Or, if you could meet a famous person, who would you like to meet? So again, this is sort of an imaginary question or if hypothetical situation that they're asking you about. The fourth one is a description or explanation type of question. For example, what are the characteristics of a good neighbor? Or what are the characteristics of a good boss? Or what are the characteristics of a good parent? This is something where you're asked to describe or explain whatever is asked of you, all right? So these are the first 4 type of questions. The last one is quite different. The last one is a comparison and contrast question. And it's different because you need to write a different type of essay to respond to this. Let me give you an example of this one. This one is students at universities often have a choice of places to live. They may choose to live in university dormitories, or they may choose to live in apartments in the community. Compare the advantages of living in university housing with the advantages of living in an apartment in the community. Where would you prefer to live? Give reasons for your preference. So here you see this is a comparison and contrast question. And the reason it's different is because you have to write a different essay pattern in response to this answer. Only this last question will require a specific essay pattern. Okay? Let's look at the essay pattern you need to follow for this last one first. The last question, which is the comparison and contrast. So, as you can see, for the comparison and contrast type of question, you begin with an introduction and you end with a conclusion. In the middle, however, in the 3 body paragraphs, you will be doing something different. In the first body paragraph, you'll be writing the advantages and disadvantages of position A. Second body paragraph, advantages and disadvantages of position B. Third body paragraph would be your preference and your reasons for that preference. Okay? And again, last one will be the conclusion. Ideally, your TOEFL essays will be 5 paragraphs long. Sometimes it's possible to write 4 paragraphs, but in this case it would be almost impossible because you need to devote 1 paragraph to one of the choices, the second paragraph to the second choice, and the third paragraph to your own particular preference. Okay? So the comparison and contrast question has this particular system to follow. Now, let's look at the other 4 that we discussed, which are agree and disagree, preference, if, and description or explanation. Those 4 essay topics will follow a different pattern. Again, they are 5 paragraphs long, but they start with the introduction, they end with the conclusion. The 3 body paragraphs, however, are quite different. The first body paragraph will tell you the reason, the first reason. Second body paragraph will give you a second reason. Third paragraph will give you a third reason. So in your body, you basically have 3 different main reasons for the opinion that you have chosen to write about on that particular essay. All right? So please make sure that you can analyze what type of question is what on your TOEFL essay writing section, so that you can write after that in response the appropriate essay in the right essay pattern, following the correct essay pattern. By doing that, you'll make sure that you get the highest marks in terms of answering the question that you are being asked. If you have any other questions about this or about anything else to do with English, you can go to our website, www.ingvid.com. You can also write to me if you have any particular questions, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks very much. Bye for now, and good luck with your TOEFL.